Tonight's relaxation is sponsored by Soundcore, with the world's first smart active noise-canceling sleep earbuds. The brand new Sleep A30 earbuds are loaded with features to help you get the peaceful, uninterrupted sleep of your dreams. Unwanted noises such as a partner snoring, a roommate playing video games a little too loud, or the ever-present trains, planes, and local traffic disturbances are no match for the Sleep A30 Smart ANC. Simply tap the right earbud twice and drift off in peace and quiet. Or you can download the Soundcore app and use their library of relaxing background sounds or listen to their AI brainwave audio. It uses binaural beats to deliver different frequencies to each ear and help lull your brainwaves with calming patterns shown to promote relaxation and deeper sleep. They also come loaded with adaptive snore masking technology provided by the wide selection of memory foam ear tips so that you can find your perfect fit for passive noise isolation, and by your charging case, which identifies snores in real time and has your earbuds play customized masking audio based on what it's hearing. These earbuds are extremely comfortable and have quickly become a personal favorite as a designated side sleeper. The Sleep A30s are 7% thinner than their previous generation to even further reduce pillow pressure, allowing a comfortable full night's sleep. The Sleep A30s are officially available for purchase tonight. You can get your own pair of the world's first smart ANC earbuds at the link in the description. Happy sleeping. Appointment should be coming in anytime. Just get everything. Welcome. You're the next appointment, right? Wonderful. Take a seat. Make yourself comfortable. I'll just get you checked in, okay? Lovely. All right. Could you please confirm your name for me? Thank you. It's a lovely name, by the way. Okay, so I see here that you have booked our customized relaxation session. Is that correct? Wonderful. Well, that is actually one of my personal favorite things that we offer here. So I am very excited for you and more than happy to help you out with that today. Let me get my notes ready for us. We have so many different kinds of questionnaires, and there are so many different questions to ask to personalize something as personal as one's relaxation. So okay, so we'll be going over, I believe it's a little more than 20 questions. Is that all right? Perfect. Okay. And I'll just be taking your answers, typing them into our system here. That way we can craft your relaxation appointment, and your appointment will be ready and perfect for you whenever we have you come back in for it, okay? Wonderful. I will note that some people like to take this time between you and I as I go through and ask you the questions to kind of get the process started on relaxation, getting to know oneself a little better. I ask some funny questions that you might not have thought of before. It can really help you jumpstart maybe a little bit of relaxation or self-care even at home. So don't hear these questions and think you have to wait to enjoy them until your next appointment, okay? Feel free to take anything we talk about today and apply it immediately, alright? We want you to be relaxed and happy and just to help you find that little bit of extra peace in your chaos. Okay, wonderful. Well, with that all said, are you comfortable in your chair there? Would you like maybe a warm fuzzy blanket or hot or cold beverage? I can have my assistant provide it for you. Okay. Wonderful. They'll get that sorted for you. If at any time you can think of anything else that would better assist your comfort today as we get all of your questions answered for your appointment, do just let us know, okay? You're more than happy to do anything that'll help you relax more. It's kind of our gig. Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Well, like I was saying, I'm very excited that this is what you booked. I think you're really going to enjoy it quite a bit. So, without further ado, let's just... we're going to start off with section number 1. And this has more to do with kind of the general room feel of your appointment, the ambiance, the visuals, the smells. We get a little more into sounds later, but it has a little bit to do with them too, okay? So just get yourself in that relaxed frame of mind. And we'll get started. Alright, wonderful. So, if you had to pick one, we have many different scent profiles we can use here, but our top 2 most common tend to be lavender and vanilla, or sandalwood and jasmine. Do either of those sound better than the other for you? Okay, that one's pretty popular. Lavender and vanilla. It is. We don't do anything too overpowering with that. Depending on some of your other answers, we could do either an essential oil diffuser, a candle, maybe just some beautiful sachets around the room, that sort of thing. Alright, for visuals in your appointment, would you prefer kind of warmer, cozy, warmer, gentle tones for the coloring of the room, kind of the visual temperature, or would you prefer cooler, more refreshing, invigorating color temperature for the room? Lovely, okay. Okay, we'll make sure to have the room decorated in those colors. Then, this is a bit of a silly one, but I will explain. Candles in the room, yes or no? Most people really like the look of candles. We could make them scented or unscented for you depending on preference if you want them, but we know for some the look of fire or being uncertain what's around them, if they could catch fire larger, it unnerves some people a little more. So are candles cozy and relaxing to you, or do they add a little more anxiety and stress? because we don't want to add more anxiety and stress. We want it to be cozy, cozy and relaxing. So, candles, yes or no? Wonderful. Candles, okay. Perfect. For your room, for your relaxation appointment, would you like for it to be decorated in kind of a similar manner that you see here, maybe with flowers and colors and lights? Or would you prefer that it be kept simple, clean, and bare so as not to detract or distract maybe from the relaxation itself? Okay. Alright, so you would prefer the decorations. Lovely. Okay. Any preference on anything? Okay. It's alright if you don't have any. That's our job, is to create it for you. Okay. Beautiful. It's coming together nicely. In your room for your appointment, would you like for there to be soft kind of background ambiance playing? Of course. Okay. And then because you selected yes, would you prefer the background ambiance to be more nature oriented, or more kind of soft, relaxing, subtle music oriented? We could do a mix of both too. Okay. Okay. Nature it is. Okay. Alright, so that does it for that section of general room information. Now that that's complete, we're going to move on to our next section, which is a little more you related as far as our technicians' interactions with you, how they might best care for you, sounds, sights they might use to relax you, that kind of thing. So, we always provide our guests with a beverage before their appointment. So before your appointment, would you like said beverage to be hot or cold? We have an array of both. Okay, lovely. Okay, and then any flavor profile of that. Of course. We can do just about anything you request for that. We schedule these in advance so that we can ensure that we have what we need. Okay. And then this is a bit of a unique one. For the general atmosphere of your appointment, the way the technician interacts with you, the style of mannerisms used, maybe attire used, would you prefer your technician to treat your appointment with more of a medical feeling. Lab coat, maybe a little more direct language, or we could do more of a spa kind of approach to it, where the dress would be a bit softer, the mannerisms would be a little gentler. Okay, you understand the vibe here. Good, alright. Which one would you prefer? Very well. We'll ensure that that is the approach we take. Just checking my questions, making sure we're on the right ones. Good. So in line with the last one. Again, a little bit silly, but people appreciate us asking. Would you like for your technician to use gloves or no gloves? Some people really appreciate the sounds. Some people can't stand it. This is your appointment, it's up to you. So, gloves or no gloves? Wonderful, okay. Alright, next, this is a big one. For the majority of your appointment, would you like the thing that your technician focuses on to best relax you, help you unwind, soothe yourself and calm down, to be skincare or hair care? Take your time. I know it's a difficult question here. For skincare, your technician would be using different products to maybe address some concerns you have. Ultimately, though, to relax and nourish. Same thing for hair care. You'd be getting, obviously, a good hair brushing, an oil treatment, or something like that. Both would have. You'd probably get a moisturization treatment either for your skin or hair, either way. We want you to leave feeling just as relaxed and nourished as you felt when you were here. So. Okay. Of course. No, of course I can put that down. Alright. And then for that selection, do you have any preference on style of treatment used? Or any concerns, I suppose, is another way to phrase it. Okay, lovely. Okay, so a little bit of dryness. Not to worry. We will have our technician address that for you. We have some amazing products that I think you're really going to enjoy. Now, throughout that treatment, would you prefer your technician to use a soft-spoken voice, similar to how I'm speaking now, or more of a whispered voice, which would be probably a little closer, up to you? It just depends on your comfort level with either one, or which one relaxes you the most. A mix of both, of course. We can absolutely have her do that. Okay. And then, should the technician need to take any notes, maybe on, products used, that kind of thing, would you prefer that they take them via writing or typing? writing. Of course. I'll make sure that they do that at your next appointment. Alright. Writing it is. Okay. And then, last question on this page. Would you prefer direct attention questions addressing you as if you're right there, or would you prefer kind of addressing you almost off to the side as if talking to someone else, probably with the assistant in the room? Some find direct attention to be a little too intense, and some find indirect attention to be a little rude. So, it's up to you. Of course. Absolutely, can do that. Okay. On to the next 2 pages. We're a little over halfway done. Okay. So, for part of your treatment, would you like to have an eye compress applied or not? Some people don't like having their vision obscured, especially in a new environment with a new person. That can stress them out a little bit. You want to be sensitive to that. But some people really enjoy a moment of, blacked out bliss there. Of course. Wonderful. Alright, so as your technician is assessing either the skin or the hair, or maybe where to best massage or add some moisturizer, would you prefer that they use a light to check and see those areas, or would you prefer no lights to be used as you find them a little too bright? Of course. Some people like the relaxation of the gentle light to follow back and forth, and as I mentioned, some find it a little too bright. They find it hinders sleep. Alright, and then another somewhat silly one. For any lotion or oil sounds applied to maybe your skin or your hair, our technician can try their very best to ensure that the sound is maybe a bit more muted, or really amp it up, as some people find that kind of application sound effect very relaxing and soothing. Okay, of course. Lovely. Get that in there for you. Somewhat in line with sounds here. For the products that are used in your appointment, we can either choose a profile of soapy, kind of bubbly and foamy, very almost effervescent products, or we can use ones that have a thicker viscosity, maybe a little sticky, slimy, that kind of glide across your skin. So ultimately, the question is, do you prefer soapy or slimy? Doesn't sound that nice when you put it that way though, so I like to give all the details. Okay, lovely. Of course, of course. And then would you prefer your technician to be a little more fast-paced with how they handle it? Meaning, she'll be able to go from one thing to the next faster, so you might get a few more products used. Or would you like her to be very slow and deliberate and gentle with her motions? Of course, I'll put that note in for her. We're getting there. Alright. This is a tricky one, I do apologize. Would you prefer, for your perfect relaxation appointment, a temple and scalp massage, or would you prefer a calming neck and shoulder massage? I know I wish we could fit both massages in there for you, but we are limited on time. Okay, lovely. Beautiful. Your appointment's coming together quite nicely. Would you prefer your technician to have an accent different from your own, or no accent? I know it's silly to specify accent or no accent, but some people can find accents different from their own to be particularly relaxing, due to, it's similar to when you hear a language you don't understand. The brain doesn't fully shut off, but it stops trying to process it nearly as much. So it almost just goes, oh, I don't understand what's happening, and turns down the noise a little bit. With an accent that's different from your own, even if you're speaking the same language, because there's different lilts and different lulls in how someone might pronounce things, it's a similar effect. Or something like, many Americans find a southern accent to feel particularly warm and comforting, and so that can really help. Of course. Okay, and any preference on that? Alright. Okay, beautiful. Okay. And then, last two questions here. Would you prefer your technician to stay in your direct line of sight the whole appointment, so you can see precisely what they're doing to provide a sense of safety and security? Or would you like for them to move around you throughout the appointment to get maximum relaxation from hearing them from all angles? Okay, lovely. about how long do you think your appointment would need to be for you to be perfectly and completely relaxed? Okay. All right. And then, final question on my sheet here. Would you like for your technician to say goodbye at the end of your appointment to let you know that it's finished? Or would you like for your technician to simply quietly exit and let you drift off in peace and quiet? Of course, they'd be more than happy to. Okay. Well, that is the last question on my sheet for you today. Your appointment is coming together absolutely beautifully. I think you're really going to have an excellent time. No, it'll be... You picked some of my favorite options. Okay, let me just finalize this. Were there any questions that as we went your answers might have changed? Because if they did change, that's alright. Okay. That's just finalizing for me there. Are there any specific requests that you might have for your relaxation appointment that my questions might not have addressed, or that you just think would be absolutely amazing in your appointment? Okay. Lovely, lovely. Alright. Well, that finalizes our customization of your perfect relaxation appointment today. We'll get on that. I have a few ideas as to which technician will fit you the best. We wait to pick your technician until we can see everything that you've selected, so I think it's going to turn out nicely. She'll treat you very well. Okay. Alright, well, we will call you to get that scheduled, because I know we'll have to work with your schedule primarily to make sure you can stay over that night too. And you'll have full access to our day spa the day after. Lovely, lovely. Well, it was an absolute pleasure to work with you today. I hope you're as excited as we are, and thank you so much for trusting us with your rest